The trick to accepting everything life throws at you. In a world where the only constant is change, the art of accepting everything life throws at us is an invaluable skill. The path to this acceptance isn't easy, but it's achievable through an ancient philosophy whose teachings have withstood the test of time, Stoicism. This practice offers us tools to forge an unshakable mind in the face of adversity, a resilient heart amidst emotional storms, and a serene soul amidst the chaos of everyday life. Do you think accepting life as it is means conformism? We're about to embark on a revolutionary journey that challenges this notion with a counterintuitive truth. Radical acceptance through Stoicism not only transforms adversities into strength, but also unlocks surprising inner power. If you're ready for a transformation that promises not only to inspire, but also to equip you to face the chaos of daily life with serenity, stay with us. This isn't just a life lesson, it's the key to unlocking a full and meaningful existence, where every challenge becomes a step towards your personal evolution. Curious? Then don't miss this enlightening journey that begins now. Number 1. Accept that suffering is part of life. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, a figure of immense stature in both governance and philosophy, offers us profound insight into the nature of suffering and human resilience. What doesn't kill a man makes him stronger. If it's unbearable, it will break. If it remains, he endures. These words echo through the centuries, illuminating a path for us to face our own internal and external battles with dignity and strength. This principle invites us to face life's adversities not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities to strengthen our character and our ability to overcome. Pain, suffering, challenges, all have the potential to contribute to our journey of growth if we know how to interpret and respond to them. Julia, a talented violinist, dreamed of performing on grand stages around the world. From an early age, she dedicated herself with passion and commitment to the study of the violin, facing the inherent challenges of artistic refinement. However, in an unexpected accident, Julia injured her right hand, compromising her ability to play. Doctors were cautious in their predictions, and the possibility of never reaching her previous level of performance loomed like a dark cloud over her future. Initially, Julia felt devastated. Music, which was her great passion and purpose in life, seemed to have been abruptly taken away from her. However, remembering Marcus Aurelius's words, Julia began to see her situation in a new light. What doesn't kill a man makes him stronger. If it's unbearable, it will break. If it remains, he endures. With this mantra, Julia refused to see her injury as the end of her journey. Instead, she saw it as a part of the journey, an obstacle to overcome. With determination, she engaged in a rigorous routine of physical therapy, explored alternative techniques for playing, and in the process, discovered a new passion for musical composition. Julia not only returned to the stage, but did so with a new voice, one that incorporated not only her technical skill, but also the emotional depth and resilience gained through her experience. Julia's story shows us that suffering, though challenging, is not a period. It is, as Marcus Aurelius teaches us, a path to resilience. Faced with adversity, we have the choice to see ourselves as victims of circumstances or as agents capable of overcoming and growing from our experiences. Julia chose the latter, turning a potentially devastating event into a source of inspiration and renewal. Thus, every challenge we face, every pain we endure, offers us the opportunity to strengthen our resilience, to deepen our understanding of ourselves and of life. How will you choose to respond to the challenges that arise in your path? Will you allow them to define or refine you? This is the invitation that Marcus Aurelius extends to us, to see suffering not as a hindrance, but as a path to resilience and growth. And at every step of this path, we have the opportunity to redefine our relationship with pain, transforming it into a force for good in our life and in the lives of those around us. Number 2, understand what is under your control. Imagine for a moment that you're standing in front of a mirror, not just looking at your reflection, but looking beyond it, at the immense potential that lies within you. You know, this quote from Seneca, one of the great sages of Stoicism, invites us to a profound reflection on how we perceive life's challenges and adversities. We are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them. These words resonate with a truth that we often forget in the whirlwind of daily life. But what does this really mean for you, who are on this journey called life, seeking serenity amidst the chaos? How can we, in practice, differentiate between what is within our reach to change and what is beyond our control? The answer may be simpler and yet more complex than it seems. It starts with awareness, with recognizing our own reactions, emotions, and thoughts in the face of life's events. It's not about the waves that stir the sea, but about how we adjust our sails to navigate through them. Think of a recent challenge you faced. Maybe it was an argument with a friend, a setback at work, or even a global situation that deeply affected us all. How did you react? Did your perception of the event influence your reaction? Here lies the beauty and power of Seneca's teaching. By understanding that our tranquility is not disturbed by the situations themselves, but by how we interpret them, we arm ourselves with the most powerful tool of all: choice. You have the choice to see each obstacle as an insurmountable barrier or as an opportunity for learning and growth. You have the choice to be swept away by the current of events or to adjust your sails and steer your own course. Now, I ask you, what view will you choose the next time you face a challenge? Will you allow external circumstances to dictate your state of mind, or will you take the reins of your own perception, turning obstacles into steps towards a stronger and more serene version of yourself? This is where I invite you to a call to action. The next time you encounter a challenging situation, take a pause, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, am I being disturbed by the thing itself, or by the view I have of it? Remember that you have the power to choose your response, and in that choice lies your freedom. As an example, consider Marina's story, an avid runner who had been training for her first marathon. For months, she dedicated herself with discipline and determination, pushing her limits further and further. The marathon was not just a test of physical endurance, but a symbol of personal triumph and a dream Marina was about to fulfill. However, in the week of the big event, a severe storm hit the city and the marathon was cancelled. Marina's disappointment was immense. All the training, the anticipation, the energy invested seemed to have been in vain. Here, Marina faces a crucial choice, one that Seneca so wisely teaches us to consider. She could allow herself to be carried away by sadness and frustration, allowing her view of the external event, the marathon cancellation, to disturb her inner peace. Or she could look at the situation in a new light, reframing her perception to find meaning and opportunity even in adversity. Choosing the latter option, Marina decided that the cancellation would not mark the end of her journey, but rather a new beginning. She used the extra time to dedicate herself even more to training, refining her technique and endurance. Additionally, she started a blog to share her experiences, challenges, and learnings in the world of running, inspiring others to pursue their dreams, regardless of obstacles. Marina's story shows us that while we may not control all external events in our lives, we have complete control over how we choose to interpret and react to them. Instead of seeing the marathon cancellation as a setback, Marina saw it as an opportunity to grow, connect with others, and strengthen her resilience. By integrating this awareness into your life, you will not only find serenity amid storms, but also inspire those around you to do the same. Together, we will sail through calmer seas, strengthened by the wisdom that, while we may not control the winds, we can always adjust our sails. So I ask you, are you ready to take control of your perception and transform your journey? Trick 3. Practice objectivity. Imagine yourself on a journey, sailing through the vast ocean of life. Each wave an experience, each storm a challenge. Now think for a moment. How do you choose to navigate? With the wisdom of an ancient philosopher, Epictetus, we can learn to separate the turbulent waters of our experiences from the hasty judgments we often make about them. This principle, though ancient, resonates with an eternal truth. Facing life with objectivity empowers us to respond to waves and storms with clarity, rather than being swept away by the currents of emotion. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to navigate through life with unwavering serenity, while others are constantly tossed by the waves? The key, according to Epictetus, lies in our ability to discern between what is under our control and what is not. Imagine that each life experience comes with a filter. This filter has the ability to separate objective facts from the stories we tell ourselves about those facts. By applying this filter, we begin to see life from a clearer and more objective perspective. Now let's make this practical. Think of a recent challenge you faced. Perhaps it was a setback at work, an argument with a friend, or even a goal that seemed unreachable. Now reflect. How much of your reaction was based on the objective facts of the situation, and how much was influenced by the storm of emotions and judgments you created in your mind? By learning to separate these two elements, you begin to gain the power to respond more effectively and serenely. But how can we cultivate this skill? Start by observing your reactions to various life situations. When faced with a challenge, take a pause and ask yourself, what is really happening here? What is under my control? By asking these questions, you create a space between the experience and your reaction to it, allowing reason to guide your response rather than emotion. This path is not easy. It requires practice, patience, and above all, compassion for yourself. But the benefits are immeasurable. By learning to navigate through life with this clarity, you not only find inner peace, but also become a beacon of serenity for those around you. So I ask you, are you ready to take the helm of your life with Epictetus' wisdom, separating experiences from judgments? Are you prepared to turn challenges into opportunities for growth and learn to respond to life with clarity and serenity? Remember, at every step of this journey, you are not alone. Together, we can learn to navigate the waters of life with the objectivity and peace we seek. Trick 4. Live in the present. In our relentless journey through life, we often find ourselves in a boat navigating the turbulent waters of future anxiety and the stormy seas of past regrets. These choppy waters have the potential to steer us away from the only safe harbor we truly possess: the present. Stoicism, a timeless philosophy, offers us a beacon of wisdom, encouraging us to anchor our minds in the now, the only moment over which we have some measure of control. Think for a moment about the beauty of the now. In a world that constantly pulls us in opposite directions, worrying about what is to come or lamenting what has already passed may seem like second nature. However, Stoicism challenges us to question this tendency, to recognize that real power lies in our ability to fully live in the present moment. But how can we effectively anchor ourselves in the now, especially when the currents of the past and the waves of the future seem so strong? The answer, though simple, requires practice and determination. Start by bringing your attention to the present moment, becoming aware of your breath, the sounds around you, the ground beneath your feet. This act of presence is a statement of power, an affirmation that, in the present, you hold the helm in your hands. By focusing on the now, we begin to realize that many of our future worries are like ghosts, figures formed by our imagination, which lose their shape when confronted by the light of mindfulness. Similarly, past regrets reveal themselves as shadows of lessons learned, important, yes, but no longer able to determine the direction of our ship. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control the waves of fate, we can adjust our sails, choosing how we respond to life's storms. In doing so, we find freedom. Freedom to live without the burden of what-ifs and should-haves. Freedom to embrace the beauty and opportunities that the present has to offer. Now I invite you to ask yourself, where is your mind in this exact moment? Is it lost in the mists of tomorrow or trapped in the currents of yesterday? How can you bring yourself back to the now, to the only moment where life truly happens? Remember, dear listener, that each present moment is an opportunity to start anew, to choose a new course. By embracing Stoicism and embracing the now, you not only alleviate the suffering caused by anxiety and regret, but also open the doors to a life of greater peace, purpose, and joy. Together, we can learn to navigate the waters of life with serenity, focusing on the present and recognizing that, while we may not control all storms, we have the power to control the sails of our ship, and it is in this power that our true freedom lies. Strategy 5. Reflect on impermanence. Navigating the river of existence requires a profound understanding that change is the only constant in our journey. This concept, as old as time itself, resonates with a truth that, when embraced, has the power to transform our perception of life and death, of gains and losses. The impermanence of everything is a universal law, a truth that, when contemplated, prepares us not only to accept the inevitable losses we will encounter, but also to cherish more deeply each present moment. Imagine for a moment that you are watching a river. Its waters are always in motion, flowing, never the same from one moment to the next. So it is with life. Each moment is transient, each experience fleeting. This reality may seem daunting at first glance, but there is a hidden beauty and freedom in this transitoriness. By recognizing that nothing is permanent, we are invited to live more fully, to appreciate the now with greater intensity, knowing that this moment is all we truly have. Reflection on impermanence teaches us to let go, to release our attachment to what is ephemeral. It is an invitation to embrace change, not as an enemy, but as a teacher who shows us how to live with greater lightness and gratitude. When we accept that everything around us is constantly in flux, we begin to see the beauty in the transitoriness of seasons, in the life cycle of stars, in the dance of nature that surrounds us. This acceptance also prepares us to face losses with a more resilient heart. Recognizing that loss is an integral part of the human experience helps us to deal with it in a healthier way. Instead of clinging to the pain of loss, we learn to cherish the memories, the wisdom gained, and the growth that each loss brings. This understanding does not diminish the pain, but it gives us a broader perspective, a sense of peace in accepting the cyclical nature of life. But how can we cultivate this awareness in our daily lives? Start by practicing mindfulness, by observing the world around you, the people in your life, the moments of joy and sadness. With full awareness that all of this is transient, you begin to appreciate each experience more intensely. Also practice gratitude, recognizing the blessings present in your life today, for they too are transient. So I ask you, dear listener, How can you embrace impermanence in your own life? How can this awareness help you to live each day more fully, to love more deeply, to let go of what no longer serves and to embrace change with an open heart? Remember, as you reflect on impermanence, we are not resigning ourselves to loss. We are, in fact, opening our hearts to the beauty of the now, to the precious transitoriness of life. It is in this acceptance that we find true freedom, true peace, allowing us to live each moment with love, gratitude, and full presence. Together, we can learn to navigate the waves of change, appreciating the journey with all its ups and downs, knowing that, in the end, it is the journey that matters. Strategy 6. Exercise self-sufficiency. In the intricate tapestry of life, where each thread represents our experiences, desires, and aspirations, the pursuit of true happiness emerges as the most complex and desired pattern. The Stoics, masters in the art of weaving a meaningful existence, teach us a fundamental lesson. The essence of true happiness springs from within, not from external circumstances or the gifts of fortune. By cultivating self-sufficiency, a state of inner fulfillment and contentment, we become immune to life's storms, to the fluctuations of fate that can both elevate and cast us down. Imagine for a moment that you are a fortress. The walls you build are not made of stone, but of wisdom, resilience, and self-sufficiency. From within these walls, you can observe life's storms, the changes of fortune, without being shaken by them. This inner fortress is what the Stoics seek to cultivate, a refuge of peace and contentment that cannot be penetrated by the arrows of fortune. But how can we build these walls? How can we find this immutable happiness that resides within us? The answer lies in developing a mind focused on what truly matters, on what is within our control. Start by identifying your deepest values, what truly matters to you. Then direct your energy and actions to live according to these values, regardless of external circumstances. Stoic self-sufficiency does not mean isolation or indifference to life's joys. On the contrary, it is about recognizing that the most enduring source of happiness is not found in material possessions, external recognition, or fleeting waves of pleasure, but rather in our ability to maintain tranquility, gratitude, and purpose, even in the face of adversity. By cultivating this self-sufficiency, we begin to realize that the fluctuations of fortune, whether good or bad, do not have the power to determine our state of happiness. We become masters of our own destiny, capable of finding joy and satisfaction in the simple things in life, in genuine connections with others, and in progress toward our ideals. So I invite you, dear listener, to reflect on what truly brings happiness to your life. How can you cultivate a sense of fulfillment and contentment that comes from within, regardless of external storms? Remember, true happiness is a choice, a state of being that you can achieve with practice, patience, and above all, with the understanding that the greatest wealth resides in the heart. Together, we can embark on this journey of self-discovery and growth, building our own inner fortresses, strengthening our minds and spirits to become truly self-sufficient. And it is on this journey that we will discover true happiness, a bright light that radiates from within, immune to the fluctuations of fortune, illuminating our path toward a life of meaning and satisfaction. Number 7. Mentally prepare for adversity. Within the vastness of the Stoic universe, there is a powerful technique, a tool for forging the mind and spirit, preparing them for the battles to come. The premeditation of adversity. This practice, more than an exercise in pessimism, is an invitation to don the armor of resilience, to strengthen ourselves in the face of future challenges by imagining difficult scenarios and rehearsing our response to them. In doing so, we not only prepare ourselves to face these situations with serenity, but also diminish the impact they can have on us. Imagine for a moment that you are an athlete preparing for the most important competition of your life. You wouldn't limit yourself to training only on sunny and comfortable days. You would also prepare in the rain, against the wind, in conditions that would test your limits. Similarly, the premeditation of adversity invites us to train our minds for stormy days so that when they arrive, we can face them with the same determination and courage. This practice begins with visualization. Allow yourself to imagine challenges you may face in the future, whether it's losing a job, difficulties in relationships, or health challenges. Visualize yourself in these scenarios, not with fear or anxiety, but with a posture of learning and preparation. Ask yourself, how could I respond to this situation? What resources could I mobilize? What lessons could I learn? This technique is not about worrying about the future, but rather about equipping yourself with mental tools to deal with it. By anticipating difficulties, you give yourself the opportunity to think about strategies, to cultivate the serenity and inner strength that will be necessary to face life's headwinds. It's a mental strengthening exercise that expands our ability to remain calm and collected, even under pressure. Moreover, the premeditation of adversity has the power to make us more deeply appreciate the present. By recognizing that challenges and difficulties may arise, we begin to value more deeply the moments of peace and happiness we have now. This heightened awareness of the present is a priceless gift from Stoic practice, making each moment lived richer and fuller. Therefore, I invite you, dear listener, to explore this Stoic technique. Start today to premeditate adversity, not as a fortune teller anticipating misfortune, but as a warrior preparing for battle. In doing so, you will not only strengthen yourself against future challenges, but also find a new appreciation for the beauty and fragility of the present. Remember, true strength does not lie in avoiding storms, but in learning to dance in the rain. By anticipating adversity, we prepare ourselves not only to survive, but to thrive regardless of the circumstances life presents us. Together, we can turn each challenge into an opportunity for growth, wisdom, and serenity. Strategy 8. Commit to continuous growth. Embarking on the Stoic path is like starting an endless expedition through unknown territories, where each step is a discovery and each landscape a lesson. This journey does not have a final destination marked on the map. Instead, it is a continuous path of learning, self-discovery, and improvement. By adopting Stoic philosophy as our compass, we do not seek a point of arrival, but rather constant growth and evolution along the way. Imagine yourself as an explorer of the depths of the mind and spirit, where each day offers new challenges and opportunities to practice resilience, gratitude, and serenity. The beauty of this Stoic journey lies in the understanding that each experience, whether positive or negative, is a chance to strengthen our character and enhance our ability to face life's vicissitudes with balance and wisdom. But how can we stay steadfast and motivated on this endless trail? The secret lies in valuing the process itself more than the immediate results. Each step taken with intention, each obstacle overcome with dignity, each moment of pain transformed into learning, constitutes the true treasure of this journey. It is in the daily cultivation of virtue, in the commitment to authenticity, and in the constant practice of reflection that we find the true meaning of the Stoic path. Furthermore, this journey invites us to look inward, to question our deepest beliefs and values, and to redefine our relationship with ourselves and the world around us. By doing so, we not only become more resilient and compassionate versions of ourselves, but also inspire those who walk alongside us. In this journey, it is crucial to remember that we are not alone. We share the road with many other travelers, each with their own battles, dreams, and aspirations. By recognizing our connection to others, our path becomes richer and more meaningful. The Stoic journey, therefore, is not only about self-development, but also about contributing to collective well-being, strengthening the web of relationships that bind us. Therefore, I invite you, dear listener, to embrace the Stoic path with curiosity and courage. See each day as a new opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become closer to the best version of yourself. Remember that the value of this journey lies not in the distances traveled or the destinations reached, but in the quality of each step, the depth of each breath, and the clarity of each insight. Together, let us advance on this trail, celebrating each victory, learning from each defeat, and above all, appreciating the beauty and richness of always being in motion, always learning, always growing. The Stoic path is indeed an endless journey, but it is precisely this infinity that offers us the most valuable lessons and the most beautiful landscapes along the way. By adopting these principles, we not only accept everything that life throws at us, but also transcend our perceived limitations. In every challenge, an opportunity for growth; in every adversity, a lesson. We are then invited to embark on this journey not as isolated individuals, but as part of a resilient community, united by the common desire to live a fulfilling life, despite the storms that may arise. This text is not just a collection of advice. It is an invitation to profound transformation. By engaging with these teachings, we awaken within us a strength that knows no bounds, a power that resides in inner calm and unwavering acceptance of everything life chooses to present us with. Thus, equipped with these tools, we move forward, not just surviving but thriving, no matter what destiny has in store for us. And now, as we reach the end of this journey of reflection and discovery, I have a special invitation for you. If you felt inspired, touched, or simply curious about the ideas shared today, why not join our growing community of seekers, thinkers, and explorers? By liking this video, you help us reach more people who, like you, are seeking inspiration, wisdom, and personal growth. But it doesn't stop there. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. This way, you become part of our vibrant community, always up to date with content that enlightens, challenges, and encourages. Each video, each conversation is a bridge to new horizons of knowledge and self-awareness. But your journey with us does not end with a simple click. We want to hear from you. Leave your mark, your reflection, in the comments section below. Which insight touched your heart? How do you apply or intend to apply these ideas in your life? Your message may be the spark that lights the way for someone else. Together we create a space for exchange, learning, and mutual support. So I ask you, do you accept the invitation to embark on this journey with us? Liking, subscribing, and commenting are the first steps on this shared path of discovery and transformation. Come be part of our community. Contribute with your unique voice. And together, let's build a more conscious, resilient, and connected world. Your presence, your engagement makes all the difference. We look forward to reading your stories, your insights, and your questions in the comments. Together, we go further. Together, we turn inspiration into action. Welcome to our community, and until the next journey,